Emily's hands were shaking as she lifted her veil and stared at her reflection, her heart racing while wedding music floated faintly through the walls. Today was supposed to be the happiest day of her life. She took a slow breath, smiled at herself, and whispered, "You're really doing this." Her sister Sophia stood behind her, adjusting the lace at the back of the gown, while guests filled the church outside with excited chatter. "You look perfect," Sophia said softly. "Jack won't be able to breathe when he sees you." Emily laughed nervously. "I still can't believe this is real. After everything we've been through, he still chose me. He always said I was his forever." Sophia's smile flickered for just a second before returning. "He did, and he meant it." Emily turned, eyes shining. "Thank you for being here with me. You've always been my rock, Soph. I don't know what I'd do without you." Sophia hugged her tightly. "You'll never have to find out." A knock came at the door. A bridesmaid peeked in and said, "5 minutes, Emily." Emily's chest fluttered. "Okay, 5 minutes," she repeated, grounding herself. As the door closed, Sophia's phone buzzed. She glanced down and froze. "Jack, I can't do this. Meet me in the back room, please." Sophia swallowed hard, slipped the phone into her purse, and forced a calm expression. "I need to check something. I'll be right back." Emily nodded, too wrapped up in her own emotions to notice anything wrong. In the quiet back room of the church, Jack paced like a trapped animal, running his hands through his hair. When Sophia stepped in, he looked at her like she was the only solid thing in the world. "I can't marry her," he said immediately, his voice breaking. Sophia's breath caught. "Jack, what are you saying? The ceremony starts in minutes." "I tried," he said, tears in his eyes. "I really tried to make it work. I love Emily, I do. But every time I look at her, I see you. I always have." Sophia shook her head weakly. "This is crazy. She's my sister." "I know," he said, and stepping closer. "That's why I fought it. That's why I chose her instead of you. But standing at that altar knowing I'd be lying for the rest of my life. I can't." Her voice trembled. "You can't do this to her." Jack grabbed her hands. "I already have. I've been lying since the day I proposed. I love you, Sophia, not her." For a long moment she said nothing. Then she whispered, "Then stop lying. Choose what's real." When he kissed her, it wasn't hesitant. It was desperate, final, and full of betrayal. Moments later, the church doors opened. Emily stepped inside, smiling brightly as she walked down the aisle alone, believing Jack was waiting for her with the same joy in his heart. Guests turned to watch her, murmuring about how beautiful she looked. Jack stood at the altar, pale and rigid, barely able to meet her eyes. When she reached him, she whispered, "Hi," and squeezed his hands. "Dearly beloved," the priest began. Jack pulled his hands away. "I can't," he said loudly. The room went silent. Emily laughed nervously. "Jack, stop! You're scaring me." "I can't marry you," he said, and his voice cracking. "I'm sorry." Her smile collapsed. "What do you mean you're sorry?" "I love someone else." Gasps rippled through the church. Emily's knees felt weak. "Who?" she whispered. Sophia stood up from the front row. Emily turned slowly, her mind refusing to understand what her eyes were seeing. "Sophia?" Sophia walked to Jack's side, tears streaming down her face. "I'm so sorry, Emily. We didn't plan for this to happen today." Emily's bouquet slipped from her fingers and hit the floor. "You're my sister," she said, her voice barely audible. "And you're my husband." Jack reached for her. "Emily, please." She stepped back. "Don't touch me." Her voice broke as she looked at both of them. "You destroyed me, both of you." She turned and ran, her sobs echoing through the church as whispers followed her out. Outside, Emily collapsed onto the steps, her dress pooling around her as everything she believed shattered. Her mother cried inside the church. Guests avoided eye contact. Mia, her closest cousin, rushed out and wrapped her arms around her. "I didn't know," Mia said through tears. "I swear I didn't know." Emily shook violently. "How could they do this? How could my own sister look me in the eyes and betray me like that?" Mia held her tighter. "This is not your fault." "But it feels like it is," Emily sobbed. I trusted them with my life. The days that followed were a blur of pain, unanswered messages, and silence. Sophia tried to call. Jack sent long apologies Emily never read. She stayed in bed for weeks, replaying every moment, every smile, every promise that now felt like a lie. Eventually, something shifted. Emily got up. She went to therapy. She poured herself into work. She learned how to breathe again without them. The sadness didn't disappear, but it softened. It stopped controlling her. 6 months later, she sat alone in a coffee shop sketching designs for a wedding she wasn't sure she still believed in. A man accidentally knocked over a cup near her table. "Oh no, I'm so sorry," he said quickly. "Let me replace that." She looked up and met kind eyes. "It's okay. Accidents happen." "I'm Alex," he said, smiling gently. "Mind if I sit?" They talked. Slowly. Carefully. He listened. He didn't rush. When she told him her story, he didn't flinch. "Some people don't know how to love," Alex said. "That doesn't mean love isn't real." Months passed. Alex stayed. He chose her every day in small, quiet ways. And when he finally stood across from her at a small, intimate altar, Emily felt no fear. She smiled through tears and said, "I do." This time, forever was real. As Emily danced under soft lights that night, she finally understood something important. Love wasn't about grand promises or perfect moments. It was about who stayed when things got hard, who chose you, even when walking away was easier. If this story moved you, don't keep it to yourself. Tap the like button to support the channel. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another powerful story like this. And tell us in the comments, do you believe betrayal makes you stronger, or does it change how you love forever?